Hello, my name is Daniela Blanco. I will be doing this presentation on seismology and global seismic networks. During this presentation, I will go over the following information. What information is gathered by the global seismic networks? How many are there? And where are they located? I will also talk about what does seismology tell us, what is seismology used for, and what are seismic waves? What happens during an earthquake and how often do they occur? What is seismology and what does it tell us? Seismology is a scientific study of earthquake waves. It tells us how far the earthquake was and how strong it was. Even though it does not tell exactly where the earthquake happened, it will record how many miles or kilometers away from that seismograph it was. The seismograph will tell and show the magnitude, as we see on the picture below, where the S, an example would be where the S wave is, the S with the arrow pointing to the shorter wiggly lines. That means that it was a small earthquake. Or the P, for example, at the beginning of the wave, it means the magnitude was larger. The magnitude was larger. It was a large earthquake, so it was strong and then it started calming down after. What is a seismograph and how does it work? A seismograph is a device used for measuring movement of Earth and consists of a good motion detection sensor called seismometer. Modern research seismometers are electronic and record motions in all directions. Seismic waves lose much of their energy in traveling over great distances, but sensitive detectors can record these waves emitted even in the smallest earthquakes. Like I mentioned on the previous slide, the P wave and the S wave, there is a difference on the recorded lines, which means it's the magnitude of the earthquake. When these detectors are connected to a system that produces a permanent recording, they are called seismographs.
A seismograph is an instrument used to measure the movement of earthquakes. A weight is suspended in a way that allows it to remain still when the ground moves. Most modern instruments use an electromagnetic mechanism for this. A writing instrument is attached to the weight, allowing it to record the movement as it happens. The word graph refers to the writing action. Most modern earthquake monitoring uses seismometers, not seismographs, and record the movement of the Earth digitally, or output the data to a seismogram, a printed version of the wavelengths on a large drum. These wavelengths that represent Earth's movements are so small that in order for scientists to study them, they have to be amplified.
Seismic waves. What are the types of seismic waves? There's a P wave, an S wave, and a surface wave. The P wave is a compressional wave that shakes the ground back and forth in the same direction and the opposite direction as waves are moving. The S wave is the secondary wave felt in an earthquake. It is lower than the P wave, and the surface wave is rolling motion of the earthquake. The Global Seismic Network is a group of stations that collect data and record magnitude of earthquakes. There are only 150 modern stations in over 80 countries. The USGS, which stands for the United States Geological Survey, is the only federal agency responsible for recording and reporting earthquake activity. It is known that most earthquakes occur along the edge of oceanic and continental plates.